Hello everyone, this is Aryan Thakkar, your coach and mentor, and welcome to Aryan Tutorials. In this particular video, I'm going to take up the continuation of section B of the sample paper that we were discussing. So let's get going. So there you go. Now section B carries 32 marks where each question is of 2 mark or a 4 mark each. That can come, depends upon the bifurcation of the question. We'll start from the first one. Question 2. Mr. A is a supplier of mustard seeds. He is a farmer and produces the seeds on his own. The shift in the preference of consumers from refined oil to mustard oil has substantially increased the demand. However, Mr. A, in spite of the good price level, is not able to fulfill the needed supply. So there has been a substantial increase in demand for mustard oil, but Mr. A, despite a good price level, that even आपका price change हुआ है, it has increased, but Mr. A is not able to fulfill the needed supply. That means change in quantity जो हो रहा है, it is less than change in price. What kind of elasticity is that? The answer will be relatively inelastic. ठीक है? Where this is P0 and Q0. In spite of a heavy rise in price, P1, Mr. A has failed to supply adequate amount of quantity. So it will be relatively inelastic supply. Change in quantity is less than change in price. ठीक है? I hope this is clear. A consumer purchases a certain quantity of good at price 10 per unit. When price falls to 8 per unit, she buys 40% more quantity. Calculate the price elasticity of demand. A consumer purchases certain quantity of good at price 10 unit when the price falls to 8 per unit. So this is your P0 and this is your P1. So what do we know? That elasticity is percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. Now we do have percentage change in quantity that she buys 40% more quantity. So we need to calculate percentage change in price first. So percentage change in price will be taken as change in price by original price into 100, which will be change in price is 2 by original price is 10 into 100, which will come to 20%. So elasticity of demand will be 40% by 20%, which gives us 2. So elasticity is greater than 1. It will be relatively elastic. ठीक है? Relatively elastic. I hope that is clear. Deficit budget is preferable during the periods of deflation. Defend or refute. So the statement is to be defended. So you will write defended. Why? What marks deflation? What causes deflation? क्यों होता है deflation? When the aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply in the economy, that causes a deflation. So deflation को wipe out करने के लिए fiscal policy में it is expected that government expenditure should be raised, right? And deficit budget क्या होता है? Deficit budget refers to excess of expenditure, government expenditure over its receipts, right? Over its receipts. So since government is spending more because of the deficit budget, it will help to aid the deflation, to wipe the deflation out. So deficit budget is indeed preferable during the periods of deflation. So the statement is to be defended, should be your answer. Okay. Now the burden of debt goes on diminishing annually. Year on year, the burden of debt decreases. Which method of public debt redemption? Redemption का मतलब क्या होता है? Repayment. कौन सा रीपेमेंट मेथड को यहाँ यूज किया जा रहा है पब्लिक डेट का? रेफर टू ओवर हियर, एक्सप्लेन ब्रीफली. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड टर्मिनल annuities. Terminal annuities, where government, the burden of debt, decides to pay, including the interest, the principal and including the interest in the annual installments, yearly installments में year on year pay करके अपना debt burden को कम करते जाता है. उसको terminal annuity बोलते हैं. ठीक है. चलिए, moving to the next one. Calculate average variable cost. AVC निकालना है. हम लोग क्या जानते हैं? That if we sum up MC, हमें MC दिया है तो TVC मिल जाता है. And then AVC निकालने के लिए we have to do total variable cost by quantity, right? So what will be your TVC? It will be 40 plus 30 70 plus 35 105 and plus 39 will be 144. जहां ABC हो जाएगा TVC by Q, so 40 by 1 will be 40, 70 by 2 will be 35, 105 by 3 will be 35 and 144 by 4 will be 36. ठीक है, this should be your answer. चलिए, moving to the next one. Law of variable proportion ensures that a rational producer will only produce when the total product is the phase of diminishing return. Total product is at the phase of diminishing return means वो बोलना चाह रहा है rational producer will only produce at the stage 2. Do you agree? So your answer should be yes. I agree. It will only produce in stage 2. Reason being that in stage 2, average product and marginal product, despite falling, भले ही वो लोग डिक्रीज हो रहे हैं, remains positive. That is, contributes something to the output. स्टेज 3 में क्यों नहीं करता है? बिकॉज स्टेज 3 में मार्जिनल प्रोडक्ट नेगेटिव हो जाता है, टोटल प्रोडक्ट स्टार्ट्स टू फॉल. That means every additional labor employed brings a decrease in the output, and that stage is the stage of economic nonsense and absurdity. वहीं आपका stage 1 में क्यों नहीं ऑपरेट करेगा? क्योंकि average product stage 1 में throughout increase होता है. तो अगर stage 1 में कहीं पे भी बीच में रुक गया, that means the producer is not taking full advantage of the rising productivity. And इसीलिए stage 2 में करेगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे average और marginal product भले ही गिर रहा है, but they are positive, so every additional labor employed is contributing something to the output, and that is why stage 2. Chaliye, moving to the next question. Why does the difference between short run average variable cost and average cost curve gradually decreases? क्यों average variable cost AVC और AC के बीच का डिफरेंस जो है कंटिन्यूसली डिक्रीज होते रहता है? बिकॉज दे बोथ आर सेपरेटेड बाय average fixed cost, and as we know that average fixed cost with the increase in output produced continuously falls because TFC is constant in short run, so AFC is asymptotic. And also we know that for a low level of output, average fixed cost is very high, and for a high level of output, average fixed cost is very low. So that is why initially the distance between them is very high and eventually it is very low. It is because of the decline in AFC. And also note that AC और AVC कभी भी आके एक दूसरे को टच नहीं कर सकते, इंटरसेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि AFC कभी जीरो नहीं हो सकता है. क्योंकि टीएफसी कभी जीरो नहीं हो सकता है, बोल के एएफसी जीरो नहीं होगा, बोल के एसी और एबीसी भी इक्वल नहीं होंगे, ये दोनों एक दूसरे को टच नहीं करेंगे। ठीक है, आई होप दैट इज क्लियर। चलिए, मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। फ्रॉम द गिवन स्केड्यूल एक्सप्लेन द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन टीआर, एआर एंड एमआर। नाउ हम लोग क्या जानते हैं दैट एआर एंड प्राइस इज द सेम थिंग, एंड हम लोग देख रहे हैं दैट प्राइस डिक्रीज हो रहा है। सो दिस स्केड्यूल रिप्रेजेंट्स रेवेन्यू कर्व्स ऑफ द imperfect competition, where under imperfect competition firms are required to reduce the price in order to sell more, जिसकी वजह से टोटल रेवेन्यू इनिशियली इंक्रीज तो करता है बट एट अ डिक्रीजिंग रेट। Eventually it reaches its maximum and remains constant, and then it starts to decline. वही marginal revenue initially falls but it remains positive, becomes equal to zero and then eventually turns negative. तो इससे क्या relationship निकलेगा between TR and MR? The relationship will be, as long as marginal revenue is falling but it is positive, total revenue should increase at a diminishing rate. When marginal revenue becomes equal to zero, total revenue reaches its maximum and remains constant. And when marginal revenue turns negative, total revenue starts to decline, starts to decrease. वहीं अगर AR और MR का बात करें, if we talk about AR and MR, तो उसका रिलेशनशिप क्या होगा दैट एज लॉन्ग एज एमआर इज फॉलिंग, एआर इज ऑल्सो फॉलिंग, बट एक्सेप्ट फॉर द फर्स्ट लेवल ऑफ आउटपुट वेयर दे बोथ आर सेम, उसके बाद कंटिन्यूअसली हम लोग देख रहे हैं दैट एआर इज ग्रेटर दैन एमआर. सो फर्स्ट रिलेशन विल बी दैट अंडर इम्परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन एवरेज रेवेन्यू इज ग्रेटर देन मार्जिनल रेवेन्यू. एंड जैसा कि आप मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, OPEC countries accounted for more than a half of the world's supply of crude oil, and other countries could not quickly increase their output in response to the increase in price. Do you think OPEC enjoys monopoly power in the crude oil supply? Justify your answer. So, other countries could not quickly increase their output. So, does OPEC enjoys monopoly power? Yes, it does. बट इसके साथ रीजन आंसर बैठेगा कि क्या ओपीईसी कंट्री मोनोपोली मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर है? नहीं, अदर कंट्रीज भी है जो कि क्रूड ऑयल का सप्लाई दे रहे हैं. सो यस, इट डज एंजॉय मोनोपोली पावर बट इन एन ओलिगोपोलिस्टिक स्ट्रक्चर. ठीक है, it enjoys monopoly power but in the oligopolistic structure. I hope that is clear to you. Chali, moving to the next one. Hindustan Unilever is one of India's largest fast moving consumer good company, FMCG company based in Mumbai. It has made a reputation in soaps and detergents industry, and it is constantly innovating new products to compete with other similar players in the market. In what kind of market structure Hindustan Unilever is operating in now? Soaps and detergent industry and FMCG industry is a part of monopolistic competition. Monopolistic competition, जहां पे एक ब्रांड दूसरे ब्रांड को अपने प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंशिएशन के थ्रू एंड अपने ब्रांड इमेज के थ्रू आउट परफॉर्म करने का कोशिश करता है. एंड बिसाइड्स, व्हाट इज द शेप ऑफ डिमांड कर्व अंडर दिस टाइप ऑफ मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर? अंडर मोनोपोलिस्टिक कंपटीशन, द फर्म फेसेस अ रिलेटिवली इलास्टिक ED greater than 1, रिलेटिवली इलास्टिक डिमांड कर्व, जहां पे अगर ये इनिशियल प्राइस है, इनिशियल क्वांटिटी है, कि अगर थोड़ा भी प्राइस बढ़ाया गया तो क्वांटिटी बहुत ज्यादा रिड्यूस हो जाएगा, एंड दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ क्लोज सब्स्टिट्यूट्स इन द मार्केट. सो इट फेसेस रिलेटिवली इलास्टिक डिमांड. Okay. Producer's equilibrium is a situation of revenue maximization. Do you agree, defend, or refute? This statement should be refuted. It is not a situation of revenue maximization, rather it is a situation of profit maximization, where a producer is said to be in equilibrium under given cost and revenue condition. It produces that much level of output which maximizes its profit. जिसमें अगर TR and TC अप्रोच का बात करें तो कंडीशंस क्या जाता है प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजेशन का? इट इज दैट TR शुड बी ग्रेटर दैन TC एंड दूसरा vertical difference between TR and TC should be maximum. वहीं अगर MRMC अप्रोच का बात करें तो उसमें कंडीशन जाता है that MR should be equal to MC and दूसरा this is necessary condition and sufficient condition will be MC should cut MR from below. ठीक है? So these are your condition for the profit maximization. So the statement is to be refuted. Now study the diagram. Is the firm incurring losses? Explain with the help of the given diagram. Is the firm incurring losses? No, it is not incurring losses. क्योंकि जो प्राइस है वो एवरेज कॉस्ट के ऊपर है. ये आपका AC है. सॉरी हाँ, प्राइस जो है एवरेज कॉस्ट के ऊपर है. एवरेज रेवेन्यू एवरेज कॉस्ट के ऊपर है. सो फर्म इज अर्निंग सुपर नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट. व्हाई? बिकॉज प्राइस इक्वल टू AR इज ग्रेटर दैन AC एंड लॉस अगर होता तो उसका कंडीशन होता प्राइस इक्वल टू AR would have been less than AC for losses, which is not the case over here. So it is earning supernormal profit and not losses. Okay.